Hello and welcome back to Code Chapter channel. In today's tutorial, we're going to learn how to check for the equality of two-dimensional arrays. How do we go about this? A two a two-dimensional array can be described as an array in which its elements are also arrays. Okay. Um, to check for the equality of two-dimensional arrays, what we can do is this a series of things first. One, if the length of both arrays are not the same, then there is no point going further in trying to determine the equality. Both are not equal, definitely. That's one. Second thing to take note of is this. Mm, trying to compare the equality of the nested arrays, we will need to loop twice. First, across the parent array. Second, across the elements which are also child arrays. And this comparison, one thing to take note of is that it must be explicit because an array when comparing an array, we have to be very careful that we're not pointing to the reference for equality. It must be the element of the arrays instead. Now let's create a function, and this function will be called const r equal, and we can okay so we can just say if r okay you should have to take in those parameters, and if the length is not equals to that, we can or we should return false. Then now what we have to do now is to look across both arrays. Okay, you can come here first and then you can just say let r1 equals, let's make it simple enough. Um, our second array should be this. Let's just make this not equal. Okay, now it's time to look across the arrays. So you should look across the first array. Then you can see r1 child. Okay, so what this does is this would catch 1, 2, 3, and also catch 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now what we want to do is that we can get these children here by, let me just say child, by seeing r, since they are of the same length. Remember, if they're not of the same length, it returns false. So if we continue here, that means they are of the same length. Okay. So we can, without worrying about the length of the second array, we definitely know they're of the same length. So we can leverage on the iterator of the first array to catch the elements of the second array. And that's one. Alright. So can make that J. Can make that R. No, this will be looping across the first child. This this first loop runs across R1. The second loop runs across 1, 2, 3. So this is what we want here. So we can just copy this and paste that instead. Then make sure this is J, J. Then we can now store to get a child of this. We can say, okay, no, this is what we can do instead. Not just make the comparison directly. You can say if R1 child J, okay, if R1 child J is not equals to R2 child J, so R1 child J, this will be 1, R2 child J will be 1, okay, something like that, yes. Then we can just say also return false. Now I can come here, there. If all goes well and the loop does not find anything that does not match, then we can return true. So I can save this, then we need to call our function. So I can just say um so I can just say console.log r equal, then we can say r1 r2, then we can end that and save, and I can come here, then Ctrl Shift I, and I can reload. So it says false, okay. But we should make this true by changing 7 to 6, then reloading, and hopefully we should get console log true. Yes, so that's how to check for the quality of two arrays. Thank you for hanging out and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.